So you tell us what the mountain is about. So step closer.
This is the forest, rather, not the mountain.
The forest.
Okay. Okay. This is we are still here in Kukwentimi. This is the town forest. This is where they got their god from. The hunter was called Nana Minta. Yes. This is where he came and met the god who was talking to him, and then the symbol he gave him was a stone. It was a small stone, but trust me, it was very heavy. Anywhere he placed the stone, they build an ark from that side. Anywhere he placed the stone, normally when we're having our festival, we call it. So the mountain starts from that end. It goes deep down to Akwadum, down. Then this side it goes deep down. It's a big forest. As I stand here, if I to see any animal coming out, I'm supposed to either lift the animal, throw it back. I'm not supposed to eat the animal. We have time, we can eat animals from the forest. If not, we are not supposed to. And seasoning, it burns. Seasoning, there will be fire.
When you say it burns, what do you mean?
Fire will set into the forest.
What do you mean fire? It looks very green.
Yes, it looks very green, but it happens. Fire will just set into it. Nobody knows how it happens. Nobody knows how it. You will just be at home and you hear that the forest is burning.
Has anybody ever investigated what is causing the fire?
Nobody have ever done that. Nobody have ever.
So you mean it comes seasonal?
It comes seasonal.
And it's consistent?
It's consistent, yeah.
Is it like a yearly or 5 years? Or
yearly.
Every year?
Every year.
It burns?
It burns.
Every year?
Every year it burns.
But nobody knows what
Nobody knows what happened. And nobody goes there too. You can't enter, because if you enter, you cannot return back. You won't find your way back.
What do you mean you cannot?
Nobody have entered and returned back safely. Nobody. You dare not even go there. It's seasonal. During the festival, the Home Festival, that is where they will pour libation. And when there's a chief priest, as now that there's no chief priest, no one can enter. If there's a chief priest, that's where the chief priest will lead us to the forest. Then they will go and bring out menkenso, bre, for the palm tree. We'll go and bring it out. Then they bring it to the town for the festival to go on. Other than that, nobody there enters the forest.
Nobody ever.
Nobody.
Is that an intelligence of the gods protecting the forest?
Let me say yes. Because I think 5 or 10 years ago, the former chief, Nanakena, and some of his staff chiefs, they entered and break some of the trees. They felled a tree. They came back the next day to see the tree up again.
Wait, they felled the tree and
they felled a tree. A chainsaw machine, a full chainsaw machine, fell down a tree. They came back the next day to see the tree up.
Are you playing with us?
Nobody says so. I say so. This is one hometown. You can enter the town.
They cut the tree.
They cut the tree.
Grew back.
It did not grew back.
Like it came back.
It came back to stand. You can enter the town and find out from anybody. This is a history. Yeah. And all those who did that are no more.
They are all dead.
He ended them up just like that.
He killed all of them.
All of them. Because first time when they entered, they were one. The first day when they entered the town to do that thing, they were one. When they came back the next day, that time there was a fetish priest. So when they came back, they were one that this thing you are doing isn't right, so you need to stop. They went there for the second time and they were one equally. But yes, still, because that time the Chinese people have offered them a huge money because there was a tree inside there. I think that tree has spent over years. The thickness of that tree, if I can imagine, if I even do like this, my hand cannot even get, talk less of even meeting half of the tree, a very big tree. And the Chinese have informed them that tree can feed them enough. So they've offered them plenty money. So they agreed to cut the tree down. And that was the tree when they returned back to see that tree still standing. They wanted to have that tree given to the Chinese, and that didn't work. So all of them, those who did the chainsaw operator, the linguist, the chief, and everybody,
they all died.
They all died.
Wow.
They all died.
So that is the work of Obo Kofi.
Let me say so.
Or there are other gods in the forest as well.
Possibly there are other gods. Because this town, the reason why this town is so special is that from Koforidua, from Tafo, from Asafo, from Nankesi, anywhere you enter, you have to cross a river before you can enter. Anywhere from this side, if you are entering, you cross a river. From that side, you cross a river. From that side, you cross it. From this side, we have 4 joints, 4 roads entering into this town. Or you have to cross a river before you enter.
Are all these rivers gods?
They are all gods. They are this thing, fetish priests around them. They are all gods. Very powerful ones. So you have to cross them before you enter. And so when you are coming with something, you cannot enter. When you are going with something bad too, you cannot.
When you hear something, you mean something evil.
Something
negative.
Evil, yeah.
So no negative energy can come into this
negative energy can enter.
But this, as we heard, this was when everybody in the community was keeping to the
yes, it is. But as it stands now, things of the gods, they are still protecting it.
Okay.
As it stands now, they are not talking though, but things of them they protect it. You see the rivers, you cannot dump anything into it. Just like Accra, you see people dumping into Kwale and that thing. As it stands now, when you go and dump a refuse or you even throw up a baller into the river, you will experience something. They are not speaking, but those things of them, they are protecting it. It doesn't happen. Like the stones I showed you, you cannot sit on it when you are menstruating. You cannot sit on it. No, you cannot just sit on it. When you are a male, you sit on it, you cannot give it anymore. When you are a female, you sit on it. That is it.
So if you're a male and you sit on it, you become impotent.
You become impotent, and nobody can cure you. No matter the amount.
So nobody sits on those.
Nobody sits on those things. Nobody sits on it. Nobody sits on it. Those places, I was telling you that when the hunter was coming out from the forest, when he get tired, wherever he sits, that place has become a holy grounds that we used to pray. Whenever we are having a home festival, the chief priest will go there and they will be pouring libation at that joint. There was one man who said he is a Christian. He went there to build a provision store. It collapsed. No, whatever you do there, those things of them, whatever you do there, it ends. It won't work.
So the gods are very potent. They don't play around.
They don't play around with what belongs to them. They don't play around. You can see it look green. Another time you come, it's not a harmattan, but you can still come and see brown. Everything will dry up. It's seasonal. I don't know. Though no one have said any history about it. I don't know why it's so and why it's happening so. But to their wisdom, it's not everything that they bring it out. To their wisdom, yes, they keep some things to themselves and then they hold some things to.
But I believe some of these intelligence is what our people haven't investigated into, in the sense that there's a reason why when you're having a menses you can't do it. There's a reason for everything.
Yeah, there's a reason.
So
there's a reason. There's a reason.
Most of us never asked questions of knowing the reason for these things. So I believe if we actually pay attention to now ask the questions as to why we do this, why we don't do this, and all of that, I think so much, a lot of intelligence will come out of it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Reverend.
You're welcome.
Ono boko fie baba jinsan mo ama fin ensa adade ensa obido de ensa afin bobo adu efo ano sunsa se mo ya gbe nyina efo oba bere bo baba jinsan ya pre kunsa ko fia mo ensa ko se jensa bi ensa se bio ye no etmo we ya lo Esa wodi o. Kojo. Amo mana wodi. Ana
Kojo.
O si di. Mama wodi. Na mo sese no. O wa baba. Sese no. O se. Se na ye, aduna yo wa. Ye wa. Sese ye branda, ye cheche wo. Ana bebo. Sese so. Ya batlo. Na isi okwa na tabo so e bi akwa obi o si okodu money to money come kwa so ene moba say moba say amanie ese yeka aneti yeka esa woni o ese onichen say bi o besira no oni dia ano eti ano kura woni bi say dey habari tie no woni bi say ja ye chese eti ne ye bo ka ye na bi dia ye obi o say o ko ni boni bi a o say o say what to ban kwa dia say ni na do na bi e kura no kwan obi a o ye tuntu boni bi a no o no bo ko fi o maji say bibi a ba bi a no ye say ye to yi obi o so pe ye dia o agokwa money Hey, I am. Oh, here you go. Ago.
Chidi ampo kwame papa. Yeda wasi echa onsa.
Oh, shrampo yami. Ya chira onsa ya ma onsa.
If you feel that since you started giving to the altar, your life has become a mess, you stop. Don't keep on. I don't feed a lazy boy.
I'm glad. As I'm going through this journey, that journey, protect my house, protect me, protect my household, protect. That we offer up our blood sacrifice. You connect our blood sacrifice to all the gods. My brother, yeah, I'm in Christopher. Yes, and the creature, yes, be service and no mamma. They say, never be why I hear quite. Because Bible, I die. Christian, some night I die. Mrs. Yano, so we are to so many also say, Melco, Benny. Na mini wedding come on every service on send send ya for my afa na the be ya e betumi asan aba aban no kura kwan so see and ntia menam na enam say yemi anoma amo hwe no enyo nyina no mutichi nti ye kakakra mecheje mu akoprofo bi amo kan nti me ya frame kudu pa jaws quick, penny quick. What does it? Crazy. Yeah. We out. So, guys, welcome to another session with two elders, as a matter of fact. So, I know we're going to get a double dose. I'm excited. I always get excited every time I get opportunity to sit before elders. And I get excited every time I get opportunity to come before elders like this. I humble myself and I want to learn and I want to ask questions and I want to inquire about things that we missed because we distant ourselves from our tradition, our history, our spirituality and all of that. So I'm here today with opening out, and I'm excited, and I can't tell how the conversation is going to go, but I'm kind of thinking that it's going to go well. Always we learn, and always we get something new. So I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to this conversation. So let's get it in. Like, I'm not going to do voiceovers. I'm going to step in here and there and explain the conversation we're having. It's open here, that's it. You know, say, in feed your mark will be.
Say, 75.
Wow.
She said, I've been on the 76.
Wow. Number 71. Makobi. Wow. So he's going to 76. He's 75 now, and opening hour is 71. They've seen things. I mean, if you deduct their age from my age, I still have a long way to go. So I'm excited. Into opening now, me more vampire no. Let's say Obokofi. Obokofi on anyway.
On a Obosum.
Obosumo. And the Otibom one. Didn't you a friend of Bokofi? Didn't you a friend of Bokofi?
I said a 34. And 34, I buy no, and I wanted to say, you know. Memeti or Bokofi or Boko make us say your Tibu one or Tibu one. Oh, it's you crazy. So, on one sooner, we may buy.
On one of my crown bar.
Continue. I will feel there as one want.
But two or Bokofi. Not on between us, says him. Mukasa machine, I mean, tells you. Not a boy down. A botank.
Will you ever quite honor opie.
To a year of walk with Yana until quite moon opie. Now, bro, for years, but So I'm learning that the name of the community is Kukrin to me, and I'm getting the reason why the name is like that because these people, you know, this other race, this other people that we don't necessarily talk about them, this white race. So they, some way somehow, I'll find out how they got to this place, but they some way somehow found themselves in the forest and they met the god in the forest, Obokofi. He's a stone. So what they wanted to do is to uproot the stone and to destroy the stone because to them it's demonic and so they were trying to shut it down, destroy it and burn it up so that the stone don't exist anymore and nobody's able to even identify it or give praise or honor to this stone. So they've tried several times with machineries and all of that and they just couldn't. Any attempt they make, their equipment gets destroyed and they die and a lot of things happen to them. So because in the attempt of trying to destroy this stone and them failing, as a matter of fact, is what gave the name of the community Kukrin to me, meaning we've tried and tried and tried, but we still can't destroy it. So this is the community that I'm in, Kukrin to me. About for me, then I'm bedroom.
I
Soldier folk, maybe before soldier folk. Campo. And crying it. So I'm trying to find out how they even got to the forest, how they even got to this forest, how they came deep. And my elder Yao is telling me that they actually came expedition. They were just going through for trying to study about, trying to learn, inquire, find out what it is that makes Ghana unique, what it is that make our communities unique, and how are we that powerful, and how do we have all these resources around us. So they actually went to the forest with the military men, Ghanaian military men, black military men. And what happened is that they set camp in the middle of the forest, but the god was upset, and the god didn't want them to stay in the forest. So what the god did was that the god rained down ants, the red and black ants, you know, and these red and black ants started really chewing them up. They were biting them all over. So it was so intense that they couldn't stay in the forest. So they left everything that they set up in the forest, and they ran away. This is how they left the forest alone. Inti.
Bush one, I don't know. No, she says, one call. She says, say, ah, but it is a Ubia Yalia, Ella, no aba, baby, no aba. Let us say, and no one. I need to go
into where them we in if you bush.
Oh, so usually I hear what's all.
I don't know what. That's all. But as you are fear man.
I don't know over here in the area.
And I was not a bason, a comfort, no come. It's necessary a oba. Necessary, why your money and Bibia.
So they said the elders and the leaders in the community decided that they were going to house the god in the midst of the community. So there's actually a shrine. I believe the video is coming up on your screen. There's a shrine, and in this shrine is where all the rituals and all the libations and all the necessary sacrifices are made. This is the shrine that people come to pay homage to get healing, or so have you. And so I was asking, how did they get a god to move from the forest and come and stay in the community? And he said that the god made sure that the god is a spirit, so it wasn't a big deal. Once they invoked the god and did all the necessary sacrifices that they needed to do, the god came into the middle of the community, and I believe it's because of protection. And since the god is in the midst of them, it will literally protect them and all of that. So this is where the shrine is. And elder is telling me that there used to be various priests. I mean, once the priest passed away, another priest is installed or elected or selected by the god to continue serving or being in partnership with that particular god.
So, it is a Ubia no about a Finwa. And that is a soon, and is he or conform one or banner say a sinsua no bet. I be and as I say, oh, Yalia, oh, Scotia Habawi. And you wish Anna, or this Anna, I say, oh, one. I mean, there's a man, says my needs, you know, Mrs.
So, what Elder is saying is that this God heals every kind of disease. So what's happening now is that whenever anybody is sick, they bring the person to the shrine, and the god will be invoked. So the power of the god would literally take over the priest and would direct and instruct the priest what to do, what herb to go for, what stones, what root, what tree bark, what to go for to actually help with the healing. So the god gives the instruction, the priest applies the instruction, and then these instructions are implemented, then hence we have healing. So Elder is saying he used to be a priest there, but he's no longer a priest because obviously he's old now and all of that. It's opening we are comfort for how long?
Oh,
Where chair?
oh, my yarn as a sensation, may die.
Oh, I didn't say we die.
Many from age, you know. Is a man, I've never seen a fat, a obia, as I say, Baba, or Baba, and a branching.
This is 2 million for behind.
Gabby,
No, I had them for me.
oh, sir, I need you.
No, I be so.
Usua na fina jese ene na cheche enyima bebiri ana we ana jese ya je bia bebe bia no na jese okonfo no aba jese o baby bia I don't know.
So he says he's retired now because he's too grown now. So I was asking that if there's no young priest, the God hasn't chosen anybody yet, and he said that no, the God hasn't chosen anybody yet. But I was asking, so how does the selection go? Is it the God himself would know, or both of you would know exactly who to pick, who to call, and when that starts happening, the person would undergo training from the God himself directly. I mean, just as the powers that be talk to me and all that, the God would. You find the son and the Pakuna so called school, baby, or could training, or baby, or could not confident chain, and I bosom and a better.
Oh no, a bosom. Anna, about church in Luna.
So I was asking, does the person, the chosen person, actually go to be educated by other elders and all of that? And he's saying no. The God himself will start talking to him and teaching him and showing him, will take him deeper places and reveal certain herbs and certain powers and what have you to him, and then he would learn directly from the gods. Like I said, when you get in tune with your I am self, you come to a place where you communicate with the powers that be, and they teach you, they show you things. The reason why they teach you, it's not like you don't know, because you are a creative being by the creator, but why they teach you is because you sort of lose the memory because of the system. We've spoken about this in the I am course. So these gods would sort of jack your memory and feed you and teach you and direct you and show you till you come into full understanding of what you have to do. It
is a say no, or say no, if you know, Abanro, Yenim, and as I say, Obisialia, and Yenim, Bibia, a painful, or not yet in Habai.
So they're saying, even as though he's retired from being the priest to Bokofi, they are still herbalists. They know the herbs. So if you want to get pregnant, if you want to get married, if you want whatever it is that you want, when you come, they know the exact herbs to apply to you, and you would receive the specific request that you are calling for. And one of the things that they are saying, I think he's saying that if you want to give birth, they can easily get it to you. So be back. Not your power. In Drona war, your name, one now one, I was some nature about. Bosom to meet over. You're more kind of a drone and a one, and your bosom nature over.
I don't know about so Sabia, Ebia, Quasi, Copa Bambubra, a poor bra, not just say, pay for the bar, have you, near the man.
Into Eno, so Nipacon Basin among the manor, and yet say, so banner of a double son, Nasa and Ibiza. I'm one of my. So I'm trying to find out that, okay, since he's talking about the fact that he's able to make anybody get pregnant and anybody have a child if they are searching to have a child, is it like once they come to you, you are in covenant with a God, i.e. The God is literally giving you a child, or is the herbs that they are ministering to you that is going to help you get a child? And he's saying it's just the herbs. When you come to them, you don't have any covenant with the gods. It's just between you and them and the herbs. And if you have any thanksgiving, you give it to them directly, because they are the ones ministering the helps to you. Into Mose in Drono, Bosom no walk of in a chair.
On a church and be all the way only.
Or that's our chairman with the eye. Into all confound choose or see also. Into was no idea.
Make come 10 years.
Who come 10 years? Maybe into all status I will come with the eye.
Oh, and number best. I'll not never need Papa Bia.
To bear 40 more. Bear 40 more. Oh, wow. Just said, oh, not comfort food. Who shall not comfort food? Okay. Oh, no, we are not. This is so I'm asking Elder that so how long has it been since he started being a servant to how long has it been since he started being a priest to Wokofi? And he said that he started in around his 40s and he was a priest for about 10 years.
Because of the olden days, they used to mark dates on the wall. Age, you know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to gauge around being his age
now to that time.
So
more than that, because many fear me home. That means I think I was around 9 years. He was still the one till I grew up to. I'm around 20 something years.
When you were 9, he was a priest. So 20 something. So it's more than 10 years.
It's more than that. But also those are name ages, you know.
So okay, now I'm being corrected by you guys know Reverend, right? So Reverend is actually the one who brought me here. So Reverend is saying that when he was 9, Elder was still the priest. So when we do the maths and he is now in his 30s, so if he's in his 30s and he was 9 and Elder was the priest, then it means that he's virtually been a priest for over 20 years. But he's thinking it's 10 years, but he's actually been a priest for over 20 years. Inti, let's just say, Uja Yache, yes, he's here, Uja. Let's just say, your agents and Uja. 75.
10 years. So I don't understand my bread.
Into one of us, what bread? No, made money.
And it is a say, now, what's your abbey? And as I said, Obiemo.
Inti Cecilia na mupo bina obiambo ano. Nti mo ya mamre ohana yi one away.
Oh.
Na na nipa kono oyo no no konfo ano.
No dey.
Chami. And no yenya konfo nti. No. So I was asking now that he's retired if there are certain rituals that needs to be done, because he said that they're actually waiting for the new priest, but now our generation, nobody wants to be around a god. Everybody wants to be in the towns, in the cities and all of that. So since he's no more, who offers the sacrifices, who do the rituals that needs to be done? And he's saying that usually, because he is retired, is the linguist to the chief. He is the one that offers the sacrifices and what have you. But we're still waiting for the next priest to be unveiled by Obokofi. You see? The one is in this one. Now, Bema Kwan or you saw a man or to me, so bad.
Oh, there be a Bema Kwan. So we mood. I was on normal types. Oh, man, mood, no, you should be a man. Now, the old waiting here, family, and offer because me Kaiser Bramisano, and I come near. I come your coffee on us, so that sit. See, coffee on us started
drum na say oh you're watching now on what's in akonya so you're watching a fana minim no kuku kese be say kuku kese na siniti obesoa obe come at church say bastard emu on so mu sisi niti you be running bastard emu fam
one yana
near ho no because say Roman so do on be boy e bet no aha
and to adomane na boy titi
adomane boy Satan be say ate but Satan na say dwuma so bi an wa be si no aye dwuma nti akona no den nti oba say oba no bitimi aye say dwuma ne dey very hardly.
So I was asking he said there's a young man around that the God is sort of poking, and heard him use the word poking to see if he will be willing to be the next priest. So I asked him that why is it only men, why can't it be women? And he's telling me that we have variations of gods. There are certain gods that are very powerful, and there are other gods that are also powerful but not very powerful in strength and in stature. This particular god of Bokofi is very huge and is very strong. So he needs somebody that can contain that power. So when he's invoked and he comes upon the person should be able to contain, the vessel should be able to contain such might. That is why oftentimes it is the men that Obokofi goes for and not the women. And Reverend was telling me an incident with our elder that when he was young, and every time the God is invoked and he comes upon him, he descends upon him, he's able to carry big, huge pots. And when the God is invoked, it takes you over, so you are like, it looks like you're drunk, but you're not really drunk because there's so much power in you. And he would carry this huge pot, and this pot will never break. It doesn't matter how he bends or turn around or move around. This pot will never break. This pot will always stay intact. It will never spill whatever content the pot. The reason being that Obokofi is very strong and very powerful. So he needs men that can hold, that can contain that power. It's just like your I am self. If your I am self is too strong for your physical self, then you see a lot of kids that are paralyzed, a lot of kids that are brain damaged, a lot of kids that are all of that. It's simply because their true self is too strong for this physical body that we inhabit. It's the same way with the gods.
Me yale ye nina na je na otiame no no akope aban en muni ade e je onu de na bo de jayo it is a check oba ha kokoma no enye na wo mi ase ni yango o aso
nti offering fa na oba obi am na be question bi an wo bi offering
I the history. And I'm moving a local copy quite no way in one or the Casa, no Casa.
Of one Casa. Wow.
Into a Casa and was Nana. The family cookie.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know buy.
I got anywhere.
I just
wow. So I'm finding out that how did it all happen? How did Obokofi get here? How long has Obokofi been in this community? And he's telling me that Obokofi has been here for at least so many years that they kind of it's history that they came to meet. So
if you come quite a day, if you come as we say we back no we ever come about cops and it is
so Elder was telling me that there was one ancestor who was a hunter, and one day he decided to go hunting in the forest, and when he went into the forest, he came in contact with Obuokofi, the stone. Obuokofi is the stone god, and the stone started speaking to the hunter. Yes, you heard me. The stone started speaking to the hunter. So the hunter was shocked, like, who is speaking? And he said, yeah, I'm the one. I'm speaking. I'm a god. And he addressed the hunter Menana, which literally means my grandchild or my grandson. Can you take me home so that I can work in the house? So the hunter was shocked. I'm like, you want to work? And said, yes, I want to be a part of you. Take me home. Bring me home with you, and I would help you work, and I want to work with you, and I want to bless the whole community. So the hunter was marveled, but at the same time, he got the courage enough to bring Obuokofi home for Obuokofi to be able to start blessing the community with healing and all of that. So they are telling me that Obuokofi is not somebody that is not a god that he somebody went to invoke, or somebody went to take, or somebody went to inquire about. He himself introduced himself to the ancestor, and he himself came home and willingly said, I want to come and help the community. I want to help the community grow.
So say Anna says so. He says no. I was say, come on. Oh, what come for be say I didn't know. And collaborate look one answer. I come.
Oh, Uncle Annie,
would I be said? I buy
Obuokofi.
Oban, as I said, the man, I come.
Wow.
Oh, info.
Oh, say, say,
Messiah, yeah. Commission of what I know. Money. Now, but she should be a woman.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to get the penny. No, begin to question. What's the question?
Oh, no question.
Wow.
I'm going to was that. No, my time, but I am a young. No, give it to her in your It will be
and I didn't thought that no penny.
Hey, what now? What?
Street to me. So then, I bet you idea. Maybe I said, young granna, who will be here, into myself. Now, woman, be a money be here. There's something should be about him. So, you
So, Elder is telling me that Obuokofi didn't come by himself. He came with his children, 5 of them. So he has 5 children. And what happens is that when he is ministering healing to you, he can literally send any of his children to anywhere in the nation or anywhere in the world for his children to come and visit you. So, for example, maybe you came to Obuokofi and said, I have a heart condition. You come, you relay whatever problems or whatever it is that you have to say to the priest, and you would go back. So what happens is that Obuokofi will send one of his children, who sometimes would appear as a mad person or a Muslim, or appear as the Zamnama guys on the street. He can appear like a blind person. Appear like. So he says he can appear as anybody at all and come and visit you right where you are, and will come like a beggar and say that, oh, can you give me food to eat? Can you give me coins? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? Can you give me water to drink? So when they ask you things like that and you actually give them, then they will use what you gave as a token, as an offering, to reverse whatever it is that you are dealing with. So oftentimes when they ask you that, can you give me this, your attitude, your character, your demeanor, your response to that particular request will determine whether your healing will be granted or not. So it's not everybody that access things around that is just a mere person. majority of the time, these are children of the God. The God themselves don't move, but these are children. These are messengers from the God who will come and minister to you by begging or asking you things. And when you give to them, they use that gift, that offering, that coins to reverse whatever it is. So Elder is telling me, even the Heart of Folk football club or Kodoko football club, a lot of people come actually to this powerful God for requests. And Obokofi, as an person business, Obi or sister, they will find so na oye bosom nipa ana ebimu and you Obey them who say, Sandy pay or Sramadi or yeah, bosom nipa.
I just say, you wish you were here, so we're not way. And I know, Mamma, you know,